Hi again then guys, and so we've got another Sleeper Spec setup for you today, and for any who are new to this series, what we do in Sleeper Spec is we take a car, typically a premium one, but it doesn't necessarily have to be, and we take that car and then upgrade it in such a way that we improve its performance, especially in terms of sheer lap times, and in particular handling more than anything else, but upgrade it in such a way that nobody could actually tell, primarily visually. There's no difference in PP, no difference in power, no difference in weight, and no visual difference. Now for this particular pick we are choosing a very popular car, the 2013 Ford Focus ST, and obviously there was going to be a difference in lap time, because there always is, it would be very difficult not to be, but I was actually surprised by just how big a difference this tune makes to this car. Now you'll see in just a second when we take it out to the track, but the difference is a lot more impressive than I was expecting. Now we've gone to sport soft tyres because obviously you don't want to go overkill. That being said, if you do use racing tyres, obviously it will be even quicker. We've got racing brakes, upgraded suspension of course, and we've raised the ride height to 110 again to make it look stock. Springs we've increased to 575 and 7, the dampers to 4, anti-roll we've left on 3, we've got neutral camber, neutral toe. For the gearbox on this particular model we've gone for an auto setting of 149, then for the individual gears 2950, 2075, 1550, 1225, 1000 and 850, and then a final drive of 3.6. For the diff, I've gone for the lowest initial torque to keep the handling loose, the highest acceleration and braking for the same reason, and then as far as power and weight, you want to do nothing at all, not even an oil change. So that's it overall for the upgrades of the car, and obviously exactly the same as the stock vehicle to anyone else who's looking at it. But now let's take it out to a track, Trial Mountain in particular, to see what kind of a difference it can make in reality to your lap times. Now often when you think of tuning suspension and differential in particular, you probably think that it has a huge effect purely on handling more than anything else. And although that is true, it also has an effect on the weight of the car. Not in a physical way, but in the way of, again, the handling, but in a way that ties in. And what I mean by that is, if you tune your suspension and diff in such a way to improve the car, it can sometimes actually improve it to the extent where it makes the car feel lighter than it actually is. It can feel like you've actually given the car a weight loss package, even though you haven't. And that is the case with this particular car. I would say this car feels at least 200 kilos lighter with the upgrades, even though it's not any lighter. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I was expecting this car to be obviously a little bit quicker, maybe 3 or 4 seconds quicker around Trial Mountain, given that it isn't a huge lap to go around. It's a bigger margin than that. The stock car gets around in 1:48. This car gets around in 1:40. 8 seconds quicker around one lap of Trial Mountain. That, suffice to say, for what is to all intents and purposes a stock car to everyone else, is a massive margin of improvement. And obviously on a longer track like the Nürburgring Ring, that'll be even more significant. So if you do decide to use this build, obviously I hope you find it fun, and it's definitely competitive, and if you'd like to keep up with other tunes like this in the future, be sure to hit subscribe down below to see those as soon as they're released. But for now, as always, thanks for watching.